Hey, welcome back, and in today's video, we need to talk about the Piper Rockelle situation. Basically what's happening here is the parents of this underage YouTuber are being criticized for using their daughter by having her post pictures and content in inappropriate ways for clicks and views. To which Piper said that it's not inappropriate unless you view us that way. This situation uncovered a pretty big child safety crisis on social media, and we're going to talk about it in today's video of exploring YouTubers. If you're unfamiliar, Piper Rockelle is a YouTuber with over 8.32 million subscribers. She mostly does clothing haul type videos and videos where it looks like some dudes are rating how good she looks. If you go to her most popular videos, you can see that she does pop music, but aside from that, videos like my boyfriend reacts to Fashion Nova's swimsuit. And for some reason in a couple of them, she keeps saying she's fat. Now, several of her thumbnails have been taken down by YouTube, and we're going to get into that in just a second, but they were taken down for putting children in danger. One of the most concerning parts is one brand called Fashion Nova has been sponsoring her since she was 10 years old. So you might be wondering, how did this situation take off? Well, I'm glad you asked. After the singer Pink criticized the parents of a 14-year-old YouTuber who was pictured in a bikini, the girl said the swimsuits aren't inappropriate unless you view us that way. On Twitter, Pink tweets, "How many kids like Piper Rockelle are being exploited by their parents, and at what point do the rest of us say, this isn't okay for a 13-year-old to be posing in a bikini while her mother takes the photo?" This was actually met with mixed responses. Some people were saying that they appreciated her for raising awareness towards this, and other people said, well, there's really nothing inappropriate about this at all. One user saying, "Nobody is being exploited here. What the HELL hockey sticks are you talking about? It's summer. Swimsuit photos are bound to be taken. Unless you view something as inappropriate, it isn't. So people need to stop this S word. It's all your minds that are in the gutter if you view it as an issue." Another saying, "I'm a photographer and I think there is too much sexualization of young girls. It opens up the door for every perv roaming the earth. Wake up, people. Think about who is looking at your child. Yes, 13 is a child." And this opens up a really big conversation here of responsibility between viewers and the actual people that are making the videos out there. Is it the parents' fault for letting the child make this type of content? Or is it the individuals that choose to watch this type of content? One TikToker brought up a really good point.
By examining the language we use, we can see why our culture is constructed the way that it is. This commenter writes, "So what I'm hearing is that it's okay to let my 14-year-old daughter shake her for a bunch of grown men on TikTok, even though the premise of this sentence is supposed to be a father taking care of his child. The syntax, the language choice, and the wording of the sentence reveals some deeply held cultural attitudes around women and girls. Let's let that sentence do a different kind of work and see how it goes. It's not okay to let my buddy watch a bunch of 14, 15-year-old girls dance on TikTok." See what we did there? By changing the wording, we changed the direction of the behavior and responsibility for behavior. He's the creep for watching the videos. She's dancing, not shaking her ass for a bunch of grown men. A phrase that, as written, both sexualizes her behavior and implies some sort of responsibility, intentionality, and it's all very adjacent to she gets what she deserves from those grown men because she was shaking her ass for them. See the difference? If we just say dancing or swaying, we're characterizing the behavior with our language.
And while I think that they're right in ways, I think there is a little bit of a difference here when it comes to parents who have children who are also influencers, and especially massive influencers on the platform. They do have a little bit of control. As children under the age, I think it's 13, aren't even allowed to have YouTube channels. YouTube doesn't allow children under the age of 13 to create their own channels or accounts, and children between the ages of 13 and 17 are only allowed to open them with parental permission. And so in this type of situation, it would fall back on the parents for Piper Rockelle, as the brand Fashion Nova, as we stated earlier in the video, have been doing these types of brand deals with her when she was young as 10 years old. Which I gotta be completely honest, Fashion Nova is a shady McGrady company. Fashion Nova has become synonymous with negative press. The company was accused of stealing black designers' designs on multiple occasions. In 2019, black designer Knots and Vibes exposed the brand for stealing her designs down to every detail. Not only do they have negative press for stealing artwork and designs. They even apparently stole something from Kim Kardashian, but they also have people stuck in very bad contracts. Popular Fashion Nova model Jody Joe calls out brand once out of SLAVE contract. On Twitter, another influencer posts a girl who used to work for Fashion Nova brought up the diversity problem in a video this year. Very quickly, they started posting darker girls on their IG to cover their tracks. And according to Jackie Anna, when she communicated her concerns about the colorism she witnessed from Fashion Nova, the brand simply offered her more money. So this is just one thing about this brand. If you Google their name, you can find so much more. If you Google Fashion Nova Exposed, you can find a series of different things like Fashion Nova secret underpaid workers in Los Angeles, and also apparent illegal labor practices that were discovered. And then going back to the article where it talks about how when Piper, the underage girl who posts Fashion Nova swimsuit haul videos, the data suggests that her channel gets an influx of viewership when she poses in swimsuits. So I'm not even the girl's parent, and I feel like I've done my due diligence in trying to figure out if this company is a good company for her to be working with. Pink was specifically referring to a series of bikini photos Piper shared on Instagram, where she has 4.8 million followers. On August 14th, the account's bio said managed by family. Let's check and see if that's still there. It certainly does say that. In a statement to Insider, Piper said that she didn't believe there was anything inherently wrong with someone her age wearing a bikini. She goes on to say that pictures of teenagers in bikinis are not inappropriate. They're only inappropriate if you view us that way. This is a very interesting situation here because it leaves out a lot of context. Now, when I first heard the story, I only knew about Pink's tweet where she was saying that Piper wearing a bikini during the summer was inappropriate. So without the context, yeah, that doesn't seem like there's anything inherently wrong. It's the summer. People are going to wear swimsuits and they're going to go swimming. But if you add the details being that this family seems to be going out of their way to make this situation inappropriate, where they are very much doing things to attract certain types of attention specifically, and I don't think anybody could argue against that, to the point where YouTube's like, oh, well, these 3 thumbnails submitted by Insider, well, these are bad, we have to take them down. But then don't address the rest of the other thumbnails, which is why I think something's going to come out of this. There is a big problem here, and it does seem like the daughter is being used in this way. So going back to Pink's tweet, I can only imagine that she saw these bits of context, and I'm actually interested in what you guys think about that bit of context as well. The mother justifies by saying this, and I want you to listen, and as I read this, what the mom says and how it in itself, just like Piper, left out the context and the details of what people are really worried about. Piper's mother, Tiffany Rockelle, told Insider in an emailed statement provided by a representative that she wanted to protect her daughter and support her in her passions. I'm just a mom like anyone who loves their daughter and would do anything for her. So as you might imagine, a lot of attention, a lot of eyes were put on this situation, and the past was brought up. Over on Twitter, Insider's Kat Tinbarge says that on March 13th, the then 13-year-old Piper Rockelle put out this video on her channel, where she currently has more than 8.3 million subscribers. The video is sponsored by Fashion Nova. It's titled, "My Boyfriend Reacts to Fashion Nova Swimsuit Haul, Body Shaming Prank," which is kind of awkward. And as you can see here in the thumbnail, it's very much inappropriate, as these guys here are rating whether or not the 13-year-old is hot or not, while her friend proceeds to fat shame. Interestingly enough, she goes on to point out that the weekly subscribers for Piper Rockelle, when that video came out, spiked both in views and subscribers, which caused her channel to reach a new plateau in average weekly views. This is far from the only Fashion Nova haul on Piper's channel. They have been sponsoring her since she was 10 years old. In the vid descriptions, you can find Piper FN campaign links. And I mean, who's that audience for? I mean, that's kind of disturbing. Interestingly enough, when Insider reached out to YouTube about the most recent fashion haul, the platform removed the thumbnail citing child safety. This is what the thumbnail looks like as of now. Kat goes on to say that the problem extends beyond the 3 thumbnails Insider sent to YouTube for review. First, Fashion Nova sponsored a 10-year-old. Then, YouTube's algorithm rewarded her video. Finally, months later, YouTube says it violates their policy, but hasn't enforced the decision elsewhere. One user saying that her YouTube thumbnails are atrocities. One of the removed thumbnails showed Rochelle holding a towel around herself while her 16-year-old boyfriend Lev Cameron looked away with red censored label hanging in the top right of the image. The second thumbnail showed Rochelle and another girl dressed in pink swimsuits while 2 boys watched them from the couch, each boy holding a sign that appeared to show them rating the girls. So obviously you have this girl and her family saying, well, it's only inappropriate if you view it that way, while at the same time they are going out of their way to promote and post and make the angle as inappropriate as possible. Obviously this is a child safety issue, and obviously this is one that YouTube, they're not going to like this, as in the past they've had to take extreme measures. I mean, they rehauled their whole algorithm back in to around child safety. So I think we're going to see some pretty big things happening right here. But as interesting as this is, there's also some more interest to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know what you think. So why don't you go ahead and leave your creative and interesting responses in the comment box below. Thumbs up for those likes. And as always, brothers and sisters, I will see you in the next video. First off, I'd like to say thank you to my patrons. I really appreciate you guys. Currently at 115 patrons, and I really would like to get to 120. I'm about to redo a lot of things in the Patreon. I want feedback. I want to make it as awesome as possible for you guys. So if you have any pointers, go check it out, see if it's something for you, and then let me know. Also, I'd like to say you're very close to 200,000 subscribers. So if you want to help me reach that goal, consider subscribing. Don't got to do it, but if you want to do it. Lastly, we're at $11,826. I'm trying to get to $15,000 by the end of the year for RAIN to help survivors in difficult situations. All you gotta do is press the donate button, and then once you do that, you just select the pre option here, or you can select other and just put $1, and then you've helped me help people. And that's just another show that you're repping. If you're not repping, you're Greg, and how you do that, I'll go to subscribe, notification, turn on, be in the comment section after every single video, because I'm going to be there. Greg the Cat's going to be there, and the rest of the Repzilla community as well, and I expect to see you there too, because this channel loves you. I'm gonna need some food. Stat, very hungry.